Hello, everyone. Welcome to uTSP, putting you into the ITSP sphere. This channel underwent a slight rebranding designated for MSP or ITSP-based businesses. In this particular tutorial, you'll be learning an easy way for any business, startup, or professional to begin tackling the rather complex journey of documenting and onboarding new clients. If you're the owner of a new MSP, then this will be especially beneficial for you. Why is documentation so important for an MSP? Well, there are many different aspects to any IT environment. Internet providers, network equipment, servers, copiers, printers, and scanners, computers, and so forth. Whenever bringing on a new client, it is important to understand this particular client's needs and expectations. If you signed a contract without knowing the total number of machines on site, you could come into a contract well over your head and underprepared. You'll need to understand items like, why does XYZ company utilize a file server? How come there are 3 domain controllers? How can I expedite their workflow processes? Questions like these and so many more are discovered through the onboarding process. Imagine you get your first call and it begins like this. Hello, tech support? Yes, there seems to be something wrong with my home group sharing on the network. I'm not exactly sure what happened. And then after gaining access to their computer through an ad hoc session, you discover that this user and the entire company is running Windows XP SP3 on 32-bit machines. Uh-oh. In order to avoid these and other possible complications, it is imperative to obtain as much information about your new company as possible. This opens doors to questions you may have for the client, questions a client may have for you, and suggestions you may have that would benefit the newly onboarded company. Here we're going to combine the power of 2 amazing discovery tools that will make your documenting journey a breeze. So let's get into it. Head to Lansweeper.com. Here we're signing up for and then downloading Lansweeper on your company's main server. If you don't have a server, any desktop or laptop connected to the internal network will suffice. This is simply for discovery purposes. We'll be submitting that we're okay, and then a trial key will be submitted to the email we provided in the sign-up. Make sure that if you're installing Lansweeper, you have administrative access. This will mostly pertain to MSPs who will be installing the software on a non-server device on the network. Walk through the installation with the Easy Install option. This will install all of the SQL Server components necessary to run Lansweeper. Prompts for both HTTP and HTTPS port accesses will appear. For this setup, we'll be using port 808 for HTTP and port 8080 for HTTPS. Once installed, Lansweeper will place a shortcut on the desktop. However, this is not the only way to access Lansweeper. You can access the software by typing one of these URLs into the bar: 127.0.0.1:808, localhost: 808, or the network IP of your device, in this case 10.100.10.101:808. Now we're going to be walking through the first time setup of the software. For the portion inquiring about the key, download the key from your email and then drag the file to the blank requesting the key. Continue through the wizard. Depending on how you want to limit access to Lansweeper, you can provide a username and password as well as a local or domain user you want to restrict access to. For demonstration purposes, we will be demonstrating limiting Lansweeper's IP scanning capabilities. However, as an MSP, it will be necessary to understand all of the networks, including possible VLANs, unused network cards, and other possibly isolated IP ranges from any computers or devices. Once you've clicked Next, an immediate network scan will be initiated. Once Lansweeper finishes the scan and loads the web page, go ahead and hover over Assets, IP locations, and then go through each subnet discovered one by one. You will then be greeted with the machine information of all the devices in this particular subnet. Hovering over any of these devices will give you more detail regarding make, model, MAC address, and IP address. Clicking on the device, you'll see the device's full state as well as whether or not the device is still in a scanning state. Once the scan is complete, there will be no movement with only 3 bars. On the far left pane, if you choose to, you can see many of the capable options this node has: pinging, trace routing, PuTTY, and telnet, just to name a few. From here, if the device is Windows-based, you'll have the option to view its file contents on the C drive or its particular system drive letter. Inside of the Locations tab, you will see there's the ability to add to location. This section allows you to upload an image of the building layout, such as a fire escape route or blueprints, and then relocate the device to where it is physically in the layout. You can then save these changes if you need to. Once you've added a few devices to the map, deciphering them can get tricky. Hovering over the labels will give you the exact same details as hovering in the device list does to help with identification. Here's an example of a machine that has been fully scanned and all information has been discovered. Important information regarding the device's serial number, warranty, and purchase information, as well as installed software, have all been recorded by Lansweeper. Because Lansweeper does not allow exporting of the discovered devices to any file types, we're going to back the software by installing one that can, Advanced IP Scanner. A great feature of Advanced IP Scanner is that the downloaded file is both able to install the full package or run the file without the need to install the software. This is a handy tool for performing quick scans for devices on a network. In this case, we'll be installing the software on the device. After the installation, run the program. Depending on the networks available on the machine you're using to scan on, one or multiple subnets may appear in the list. For example, if you're logged into the VPN client, this subnet may be scanned here as well as the network you're using outside of the VPN. Clicking the green Scan button begins the network scan. Here you can see the list of discovered devices on this particular subnet. You can export this information from the File menu. Go to File and then Save As. In the Save As type drop-down, select CSV file. Give the file a name and then click Save. Use Excel, OpenOffice Calc, or an online CSV editor to read and enter the data in the file. You may remove any unnecessary columns from the file as you see fit. Finally, add a last column to the list for your discovered device's serial numbers. Open Lansweeper and copy and paste the MAC addresses from Advanced IP Scanner into the search bar to bring up its respective machine. Thanks for watching. Please click the like button if you found the information in the video useful. Subscribe to the channel for more MSP tips, tricks, and tutorials.